Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are going to learn how to block email forwarding. But let's understand what is an email forward and how we can set it up for a user account. So email forwarding is just very simple term which means that forwarding the user's email to a different user for time being. So let's take an example. There is one user, Elena. So suppose Elena is going for some trip for 1 week. So the company want that till 1 week the email shall be forwarded of two different user. Like Alina is not available, so I'll the company want that whatsoever email going to be sent to Elena, it shall be forwarded to some other user. So what we can do is we just click on email forwarding and we'll just set it up to some other user. So right now the email forwarded is set up to an external user. However, we can set it up to an internal user or else external user can also be set up. So there are two options that you can either send the email to some internal user or either you can use an external email address. Okay. So now this problem is if an email forward is set up to an internal user, then it is fine. Company will approve it. But if an email forward is set up for external user, company will definitely going to point on it because it can lead to some security concerns. So now suppose there are multiple users who are using email forwarding, and if some of them are using email forwarding for external accounts, then it definitely going to create some problems to the company because it could create a very high level of security threat. So in order to not breaking these security threats or in order to keep the environment secure, we can set up a rule in which the email forwarding is set up on external account can be blocked. Okay, so let's create a rule for email forwarding, and for that let's go to mail flow and let's go to rules. Okay, and I will click on add a rule here, and as of now there is no default rule available to block the auto forward messages. So we are going to create a brand new rule for that. So let's click on create a new rule, and I will name it block email forward. Okay, now the condition will be if the sender is internal. Okay, if the sender is internal, then okay, inside I will select this inside the organization. Okay, save. And another rule is if the recipient, okay, is external, I will select this outside the organization. Okay, and the message type is auto forward. So I will select the third condition, which is message type. Okay, for that we need to select this, the message properties. Okay, and it will be include the message type and it will be auto forward. All right, I click on save. So the condition is if the sender is internal, okay, which is in organization, and if the recipient, the person who's going to receive the email, is an external user which is not part of our organization, and if it is a forwarded email, then what I want is that block it. So I want the block the message. Okay, and if you want to you can include your custom message, or otherwise just reject the message if you want. Okay, uh, email forward not allowed outside organization. Okay, I will hit save. And if you want to enable the external forwarding for a particular user or for group of users, you can do that. Just click on accept if and senders and add the users. Okay, but I do not want this. I just simply want these three conditions. Okay, you can also have a look quickly that these are the conditions, and I'll hit next. Okay, I just wanted to activate right away, so I'm just enforcing it, and I want that severity should be high, and I click on next. Everything seems to be fine. Priority high, severity high. Okay, and it seems to be fine. I click on finish. So the moment I finish on it, okay, it will start to show up in this rule section and I will enable it. So remember guys that enabling the rule can take up to 30 to 60 minutes depending upon the size of the tenant. So my tenant is pretty much small. So it means that it should be enabled instantaneously or maybe within 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll check that the rule is created, but right now it is disabled. Okay, I will just select this and I will just enable it right away. So the rule is getting enabled. We just need to wait for a couple of seconds. I'll just quickly pause the video and let's wait for it to enable. All right, so the rule is enabled now. Let's quickly test it out if it works fine or not, and we'll test it for this user because email forwarding is already enabled for this user and it's an external user because email forwarding is enabled for external user. I'll click on email forward. Okay, and it is set to Neeraj Patel. I'll just simply open my Outlook and I will be dropping an email to Elena. Let's click on new email. Okay, and I'm sending this to Elena, and it should be just test. Okay, I'll just send it. Let's wait for the email to send, and let's check back. Okay, so this is the email I've just sent it to Elena. Let's see if it gets blocked or not. Okay, let's wait for the email message to arrive. So meanwhile, I'll just pause the video. All right, so I have just received one email and it states that the email is not sent, I mean, it's not forwarded. So you could just read it out that your email could not be forwarded from Elena to another email address because it's blocked by the rule. Okay, and here is the information. All of the information is available here, and this was the original email which I sent. Okay, so it means that a rule is just working fine. It did not allow the Alina's account to forward the email to some external user. Okay, so this is how you can set up a rule to block the email forwarding to external users. And that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. And if you like it, then please like the video as well and drop your comments for any doubts and I'm happy to help. So see you in the next video. Till then, happy learning and goodbye.